Hello everyone. New Year's Eve tonight, but received 5 pens yesterday. Wasn't going to do another video for the rest of the year. As it turns out, these pens are really, really nice. So I'm gonna. And you might have noticed that recently most of my videos have been about taking pens that are made the right way and then turning them into something that nobody expected. Well, I'm not doing much of that today. These pens are just great in their own right. Few things that I particularly like, but we'll get through those as you see the pens themselves. So let's go. Ooh, and Happy New Year, everyone. Fantastic. The first pen. Can you see that purple in there? Let's zoom in a bit more. Yeah, it's a really, really nice shimmery style of plastic. I don't know, it's not your ordinary acrylic swirls. That's something unusual there. I don't really know this one. I haven't seen it in other pens. Yeah, see that? It's like a little explosion of color. All right, well, this is the first one here. This one is a Moonman, as you can see. Well, no, it's Majohn, as you can see. It's a Majohn. Moonman is Majohn, of course, so you can see Majon. There we are. It's a T5, apparently. That's what they call it. And inside, so I did say that I haven't made many changes. In fact, I think I said I haven't made any Frankensteins, but that's a Bock nib. That didn't come with this pen. It's been coated in this really nice black. I think that matches this pen very nicely. And it's a, you know what? I think it's a broad, but it pretends to be a medium. Bock does that quite a bit, I find. Sometimes you get really nice, juicy broads, but other times, yeah, they're like medium bordering on fine. So, yeah, not really a Bock fan in general, but I think this one's rather pretty. What do you think? All right. Next up, we've got this one here, which is a little mini, gorgeous, cute little pen. It's a Majon Wang Kai, or Wancai Mini 2.0. Gotta love the name. Fantastic. I'm going to call it a Wancai for reasons that are probably pretty obvious. And it is an eyedropper pen, as you can tell, I'm sure. If you take it apart, you can see you've got this bottom section here. That screws in like so to make it actually somewhat usable. And then the nib in there is a size 5. And I have decided to put the Fude nib in there, so the bent one that you can get as an optional extra in this pen. So there you have it, little joy of an eyedrop filler. Lovely. Not much to say about that one, really. Next up, we have this one. So this has been out for a while. It's the Majon C5. I didn't buy it at the time. I'd always meant to. I thought that it was a little bit on the pricey side for what it seemed to be. But the more I use the Con 70, the more I love the Con 70. And if it's one thing that Majon's great at doing, that's copying the wonderful things that other people do. So they've done a particularly good job here with the Pilot Con 70 clone. You may or may not know it. I assume you do. But yeah, this is one of the fancy mechanisms that you get in most of the higher end Pilot pens. You know, the custom Rushi and all those custom pens that you get. Except for the 823 that has the vacuum fill, of course. So in this pen, top comes off, really good threads actually. Yeah, this is it feels more like the P140 rather than the P141, if you get my drift. So nice threads in this one. Very solid, very secure, and it goes in without much difficulty at all. So, you know, often with these threads, if you get it wrong, it just kind of gets cross-threaded for a little bit until you play around with it. But no, this one goes in very, very nicely. And then the bottom here, this is where it reveals the button to activate the Con 70. There it is. So you put that in, you put it in the ink, you put it in the ink, and then you press the button and you go suck, 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 and up it comes. And there it is. So it's a demonstrator. It's got some ink in there already. That is that one. And then 2 more to go. We have now this one I was very impressed with. It's a metal pen. It's very pretty. It has this Picasso text on it there. This is called the Pimio Picasso 991. It's a piston filler, and I have gone ahead and upgraded the nib to a Kanwrite double broad, right oblique. I've left everything else the same, so the feeder and the, maybe not the converter, I don't know. But I found with this pen it's rather tricky to find a nib that doesn't clash at the end there. It's a fair bit longer than the nib that you get with the pen, and I struggled to find one that I wanted to use, but I think we're there now. All right, and then, so what's this one called? Yeah, Pimio Picasso. Yeah, that's all I had to tell you. That's all, that was all on that one. All right, final one. Look at this tin. What is it? Well, even nicer, look at this. Looks like stainless steel. No, this is titanium. It's a titanium pocket pen that resembles a Kaweco, I've got to say, but this one's titanium, actual titanium. And better than that, take it out, you got this lovely little size 5 nib that's 14 karat. 14 karat yellow gold, Kaweco clone. Thank you, Moonman. Thank you, Majohn. Same person, same, yeah, whatever. Thank you so much. I really love this. 14 karat gold nib. And you know what? The price was decent. Someone was complaining about the price actually, but yeah, well, they were just flat out wrong, because this is incredible value. For a 14 karat nib, titanium body, I think in Australian dollars it was about 120, which, you know, you do not get any gold nibbed pens at that price. Yeah, wonderful. Really, really good. All right, let's get the ink out, paper, and let's do some drawing with these pens. Okie dokes. First one. Here we are, the T5. So let's go this way, shall we? Looks pretty good, eh? Yeah, Connoisseur of Chaos is here. All right, what else we got? The ink is, oh yeah, this is, sure is. Here we are. And let's do, I mean, you know, it's just showing out the, showing off the nib really more than anything. And the ink, I guess. Rather pretty. What do you think? I think it's a really nice looking pen. It really is. Come on, it's compared to all the other Majohns, this is one of the fancier looking ones, I think. Screws in lovely. All right, next up, what do we got? We got the little mini one. Yes, 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 the Majon Wang Kai, the Trump, little mushroom. There he is, look at that one. Here we go. All right. What do we got? Gorgeous, look at that. I'm not good at Fude writing, but I'll do my best. That 2.0, not 1.0, not even 1.5. The ink is Laurel. It's Inkvent 25 from the calendar this year. Very nice. Very pretty. Next up. Here we have the C5 by Majohn, and the ink in this one is Celestial Skies. This is yet another Inkvent 2025 ink. So really, really nice bunch of inks this year. Let's go overwriting for a change. Giving you much of a view there, have I? Okay. Very nice. There we go. All right. Two more. Where it gets interesting. All right, this is the Picasso, the Pimio Picasso 991. Zoom it in a bit more for this one, I think. Let's do it. So we've got Pimio Picasso. This one's a right oblique, which, as you can see from how I normally write, if you cut the bottom, the right side of the nib there, so you've got a bit of a 45-degree angle, that line there is really, really nice, more than, you know, that line there. That doesn't work. But this way, yeah, it looks great. So yeah, really nice for overwriting left-handers. I really like these double broad obliques from Kanwrite. They're awesome. All right, and also just this pen in general. It's a really nice piston filler, a bit of weight to it, and a very, very pretty design that looks like a fair bit of money has been sunk into it. I've got to say, it's really nice. What about the ink? Well, the ink is Energy. And you guessed it, it's Diamine Inkvent 2025. So, yeah, now. Amazing. Right, final one. Last one. Here it is. The titanium pocket pen, 14 karat gold nib. Beautiful. What can we get out of this one? So this is the RS1, I think. Yeah. Quite a bouncy nib. Look at that. RS1. What about overwriting? It's pretty. Yeah, it's very nice. It's a fine, of course. Quite bouncy and has a bit of character to it. So there we are. The TI pocket pen. So titanium pocket pen. Yeah, curse of the lefty, hey. And then it's a fine 14K. The ink is Laurel. There it is. Diamine. There it is. This is a really, really sheeny ink, this one. It's one of those ones that just goes red. Super bright red. Yeah, I can tell it's going to be a gunk of a one to clean, this one. My bath mat there, but that's all right. Who cares? It's a bath mat. What do you reckon? What do you think? Any good? Is it worth it? Yeah. It's pretty, hey? I think we're about there, everyone. Well, Happy New Year. It's been a pleasure. See you guys in 2026. Bye-bye.